Coming at you live from Skeleton City. Just a quick update today after the surgery. Yeah, everything for the most part went pretty good. I mean, it's surgery, so surgery's never fun. But yeah, before I went back, the doctor said that he's gonna try his best to install like plate and screws and then like use a suture to get the bone up or something like that. But he said he was gonna try his best to make it where I don't have to come back to get that hardware removed. Unfortunately though, after the surgery was over, he informed my wife that he wasn't able to do that because I guess, I don't know, the bone was like so out of alignment or something that I'm gonna have to come back in like 5 months and basically redo the whole thing. Well, not redo the whole thing, but redo the whole general anesthesia part and go under again so he can remove the screws and hardware. So yeah, not super thrilled about that, but you know what? I guess it is what it is. I guess the silver lining is I won't have any titanium or, a metal clavicle for the rest of my life. That comes out, so I guess that's kind of cool. But yeah, not super excited to go through that whole process again. Yeah, he said mobility will be better if the hardware comes out, so that's a plus as well. For anybody that's had collarbone surgery or just been under general anesthesia, period, they know what it's all about. For anyone that hasn't, it's a pretty insane experience. You're sitting there, then they tell you, you're going to start feeling relaxed. Usually I thought they tell you to count down from 10, but I asked the guy, he's like, you're going to start feeling relaxed now. I'm like, okay. I'm like, but is this it? He was like, no, in about 2 minutes you'll go under. And I was like, within like seconds, I remember the last thing I remember saying to him was like, well, I was like, I'm going now, so see ya. But I don't know if they tell you 2 minutes to like trick you. But yeah, 1 second you're alive and then next second you're not. It's a pretty wild experience for anybody that's never done that before. And then whenever I came to, my wife she was already filming it and she has some pretty funny videos. Maybe we'll put it in here.
Coming at you real live from my Skeleton City. I hope I don't have to do that again.
Yeah, we'll see.
I could kickflip.
You could kickflip?
Said to do it. They wanted me to.
Sit up a little bit. Are you okay with your position?
Chilling. Arrgh. I am a pirate. She's a pirate. E.T. phone home.
I'm gonna go lunch.
What are you eating?
I'm gonna go lunch.
What are you eating though?
I have some chicken with...
Got rice?
Oh, I have rice.
Did I crap myself? Someone watching me?
Only everybody I'm filming this for.
What was she eating?
She said she was going to eat chicken that her husband gave her.
What about rice? I want her to eat rice. Should have asked her what tier she was eating from.
Any pain?
A little bit, but chilling. Well, I survived, people. I only came out with a dry mouth. Alright. I'm fully recovered.
But yeah, I was saying some pretty kooky stuff whenever I woke up. But yeah, all in all, good surgery. When I got home, the pain was pretty bad. Still haven't taken any Percocets. I'm just doing it's actually 600 milligram ibuprofen. And I'm alternating between, somebody had mentioned in the comments, alternating between Tylenol and ibuprofen. And I've been doing that with pretty good results. I'll probably just stick with that for the pain relief. And then as far as addressing the rumors, there's actually like 2 or 3 trolls that are in my comments. I think they're on Cole's videos as well, saying that I died in surgery. I did not die. Obviously, I'm here. Surgery was successful. But I looked up those people's prior comments, and of course, all they ever do is troll and just leave a bunch of hate comments. And I never block anybody. I don't block anybody. I don't delete any comments. Because to be honest, I'm always open to, learning, even from the trolls. I don't block anybody, and I like to hear what everybody has to say. I think everybody, for the most part, should have an opinion unless they get like super crazy. But yeah, I guess they took this opportunity to say that I had passed away. So I guess if that gets them off and they get some joy out of that, well, have at it. Another comment, if we want to call it a troll comment or not, they said that when I asked everybody for their opinion on whether or not I should get surgery, they're like, he's just milking this whole thing. But the truth of the matter is, I genuinely wanted to know what everyone's opinion was. Maybe whoever said that is like very knowledgeable on surgery and collarbone injuries and all that, or maybe they're just super trusting of like, doctors and the medical care system. So good for them. But for me, I didn't know for sure. I genuinely, did not want to get surgery. I don't think anybody wants to get surgery. But I really thought like maybe somebody out there would have like, they'd be able to point me to like some magic Harry Potter Skelegrow potion or something that I could just drink and it would make my collarbone line perfectly and heal without having to get surgery. That's really what I was hoping for. Obviously, that's very wishful thinking. I knew my wife basically said, you need the surgery. The doctor said I need the surgery. I, for the most part, figured I'm probably gonna need the surgery, but what's the worst that could happen by asking everybody? And in the end, thank you to everybody that gave their opinion on whether I should get the surgery or do something else. It gave me like peace of mind knowing that, I mean, the overwhelming majority of everybody was like, look, I'm also not like super trusting of the medical system, etc., but you really need to get the surgery. There were a lot of people that were PTs or, retired doctors, and they're like, look, I looked at your x-rays, like there's no way that's going to heal properly without surgery. And that made me feel a lot better. After I posted that video, like before I was feeling very like unsure and just stressed out about the whole situation. After that and reading everybody's comments, and I read all of them, I felt so much more at ease with the idea that like I'm gonna have to get the surgery. And it really, I don't know, it put like a calming like wave over me, you know what I mean? So yeah, no, I was not milking it. And even somebody in the comments, and I'm pretty sure he's another troll, he was like, raw meat will fix the bone or whatever. And I was like, eating only raw meat, it'll make the bone align perfectly? And he was like, yeah, it will. And I was like, if you could show me the evidence that that's true, like, yeah, I'll eat raw meat for 3 weeks, 3 months, whatever it is. If I knew that raw meat could cure what I had going, of course, like I figured that wouldn't be the case, but like I'd rather do that than surgery. So the point I'm trying to make is I don't ever claim I'm an expert on anything. I like to stay in a state of being a sponge and able to absorb knowledge and wisdom from anybody, whether they're, a supporter or a hater. There's always something to learn out there. So I never claim I'm an expert of anything. And I think as soon as you want to pretend you are an expert and you know it all, that's when you're actually going to make the worst teacher, and you'll miss out on a lot of opportunities in life because you're always going to think you know better than the other person. And I figured most of the people that watch my stuff are maybe a little older than me. I think most of you are. But with age comes wisdom. And there are a lot of you that are in your 50s, 60s, even 70s, and you guys have been through way more than me. So who am I to deny your guys' wisdom that you're so graciously sharing with me when I ask, for an opinion? Like, yeah, I want to absorb all that, and I want to, learn from your guys' experience. Why would I not? So again, thank you. I really appreciate everybody that gave their advice. That meant a lot. And then also my wife did an update as I was going back for surgery yesterday. When I got out, I was in no state to respond to anybody, but I did read all of your guys' kind words and well wishes, hoping that I recover easy. So thank you to everybody that said that in there too. So yeah, basically just on the road to recovery from here on out. This should probably be the last update video on the injury. I don't think anything else, unless something crazy happens and it's just like not healing or whatever, but I should be back to normal content about, weight loss and diet and all that good stuff, hopefully within the next video or two. So yeah, thanks again, and until next time, my friends, stay bony.